Welcome to ABC World TB.
The Monkey and the Crocodile. Once upon a time, in a green forest, there was a big river. By the river, on a tall fruit tree, lived a clever little monkey. The monkey was happy. He had lots of tasty, sweet fruits to eat every day. He swung from branch to branch, played in the sun, and watched the river below. One day, a crocodile came out of the water and sat under the monkey's tree. He looked tired and hungry. The monkey saw him and said, "Hello, Crocodile. You look tired. Would you like some fruit?" The crocodile smiled and said, "Yes, please. I'm very hungry." The monkey threw some fruit down from the tree. The crocodile ate and said, "Thank you, monkey. You are very kind." From that day, the monkey and the crocodile became good friends. The monkey gave the crocodile fruit every day. They talked, laughed, and enjoyed each other's company. One day the crocodile said, "I want to take some fruit home to my wife. She will love them too." The monkey agreed and gave him extra fruit. But when the crocodile gave the fruit to his wife, she was not happy. She said, "These fruits are nice, but I want the monkey's heart. It must be sweet too." The crocodile was shocked. He didn't want to hurt his friend, but his wife kept asking again and again. Finally, the crocodile agreed. The next day, he went to the monkey and said, "Dear monkey, my wife wants to meet you. Please come home with me." The monkey was happy and said, "Sure. I've never been across the river." He jumped on the crocodile's back, and they started to cross the river. When they were in the middle, the crocodile said slowly, "My wife doesn't want to meet you. She wants to eat your heart." The monkey was surprised, but he stayed calm and clever. He said, "Oh, crocodile, why didn't you tell me before? I left my heart on the tree. Let's go back and get it." The crocodile believed him and swam back. As soon as they reached the riverbank, the monkey jumped off and climbed up his tree quickly. He looked down and said, "Silly crocodile, my heart is always inside me. You tricked me, but I tricked you back." The crocodile felt sad and ashamed. He had lost a good and kind friend because of a bad choice. The monkey stayed safe in his tree and never trusted the crocodile again. And the moral of the story is, stay calm, think smart, and be careful who you trust. The end.
The Greedy Dog and His Reflection. Once upon a time, there was a hungry dog who found a big, juicy bone. He was so happy that he picked it up and ran home to enjoy it in peace. On the way home, he had to cross a small bridge over a river. As he looked down into the water, he saw another dog holding a bone. The greedy dog didn't realize it was just his reflection. He thought it was another dog with an even bigger bone. Without thinking, he barked loudly to scare the other dog and grabbed the second bone. But as he opened his mouth, his own bone fell into the river. Splash. The bone sank, and he couldn't get it back. Now the greedy dog had nothing. He had lost the delicious bone he already had because he wanted more. And from that day on, he learned a big lesson. Don't be greedy, or you might lose what you already have. The end.
Once upon a time, in a peaceful village at the edge of a great green forest, there lived a poor but honest man named Hari. He was a woodcutter, and every day he went deep into the forest to chop wood. He used a simple old iron axe, which was his most valuable possession. Though he didn't have much, Hari was content and always worked hard. One bright morning, Hari was chopping wood near a shimmering river. As he raised his axe to cut a thick tree trunk, his hands slipped, With a loud splash, the axe flew out of his grip and fell into the deep, flowing river. "Oh, no," he cried. "My axe! That was all I had to make a living. What will I do now?" Hari looked into the water, but the axe had sunk too deep. He sat sadly by the river bank, unsure of what to do. Just then, the river began to sparkle, and out of the water rose a beautiful water fairy. She had kind eyes, flowing hair, and a calm, glowing presence. "Why are you so sad, dear woodcutter?" she asked gently. Hari stood up and said, "My only axe fell into the river. Without it, I cannot work or earn money for my family." The fairy smiled. "Don't worry, I will help you." She disappeared into the water and, a moment later, came back holding a golden axe. It gleamed in the sunlight. "Is this your axe?" she asked. Hari looked at it and said honestly, "No, that's not mine. My axe was not made of gold." The fairy nodded and dived down again. This time she returned with a silver axe. "Is this your axe?" she asked. Hari shook his head once more. "No, that's not mine either. Mine was just a simple iron axe." The fairy smiled brightly. She dove down once more and finally came back with a rusty old iron axe, exactly the one Hari had lost. "Yes," cried Hari, "that one is mine. Thank you so much." The water fairy was so pleased with his honesty that she said, "Because you spoke the truth and didn't try to take what wasn't yours, I will reward you. You may keep all 3 axes, the gold one, the silver one, and your own." Hari was overwhelmed with joy. He thanked the fairy and returned to his village, carrying the 3 axes. His neighbors were amazed by his story and praised his honesty. From that day on, Hari lived a better life. But he never forgot the lesson the fairy had taught him. Moral of the story: honesty is the best policy. When you tell the truth, good things will always find their way to you.
In a lush, green jungle, there lived a mighty elephant named Benny. He was strong, tall, and admired by all the animals for his majestic size and powerful trunk. However, Benny often boasted about his strength, looking down on the smaller creatures. One hot summer day, Benny strolled by a cool river, noticing a line of tiny ants, including Annie, carrying food back to their nest. Benny chuckled, shaking his head. "Look at these tiny ants, so small, so weak. What can they do?" he said with a booming laugh. Annie, the brave little ant, heard his remark but chose to ignore it. She believed that even the smallest had a purpose and strength of their own. A few days later, a fierce storm struck the jungle. Benny, caught off guard by the sudden downpour, tried to find shelter but got his massive foot stuck in a deep, muddy pit. No matter how hard he pulled, he only sank deeper. "Oh no, I'm stuck. Someone help me," Benny trumpeted in distress. Hearing his cries, Annie and her fellow ants quickly gathered. Though tiny, they were clever and strong together. They climbed onto Benny's leg and began digging around the mud, loosening it bit by bit. With their teamwork, Benny's foot finally broke free. The mighty elephant looked down at the tiny ants, humbled and grateful. "Thank you, Annie. You may be small, but you are mighty." From that day on, Benny never looked down on the smaller creatures again, learning to respect all beings in the jungle. Morale: even the smallest can be strong and helpful.
Thanks for watching ABC World TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun and learning. See you next time, friends.